So the last thing we're going to talk about is credit card filing. So we had some updates that happened in the news, immigration news about the credit card. So what is the news about credit card filings? I mean, well, you can explain what that even means, credit card filings.
So California Service Center, help me with the date because I don't remember the date, right?
It was like
Uh,
2 weeks ago, so essentially
right?
beginning of November, let's say.
Yes. So now you can submit your filing and pay by credit card if you submit your application with the California Service Center, right?
Yeah, exactly. Before, only lockboxes could do that, and slowly but surely are adding different aspects of cases. So, California Service Center, typically, if you're doing employment-based cases, that's where we file premium processing, if depending on what state you're in. So, if you have an L visa, for example, intercompany transfer, you want to adjudicate it faster, you pay a premium processing fee. Before, it had to be by check. Now they allow credit cards, but I'm hesitant, and our firm hesitant using credit cards. Did you talk about the worries we have about that?
Yes, you never know if it's gonna work. This is the main
Yeah,
worry, right? It might work. It might not work because the personnel at Logbox doesn't do it right. It
yeah,
might not work because, for example, you have a daily limit on your credit card, right?
yeah,
And you have like four family members, and it's just this sum piles up. And sometimes they do call you, saying, or your bank can call you, or you can get a message on your app, or just a message from your bank or iMessage saying that, oh, there's this logbox trying to do this transaction for this amount of money. And we actually had this one case where I think it was Chicago logbox, right? And they called the client directly saying that we're trying to do the transaction, or bank called, I'm not sure. And the
yeah,
client said, I don't know who is that. No, this is some fraud. And that's it. They declined the transaction and the submission came back because
exactly.
the fees were not paid.
Yeah,
Um,
and we didn't. I mean, it took like 4 months to get the case back, so we thought it was just going forward. We even got a receipt in that case saying it was cash, but then it took them 4 months to realize it wasn't because the client had a fraud notifier, and they said that lockbox is calling. They had no idea what a lockbox was. They said USCIS, they would have figured it out. So it was $1,760. They had a thing where above $1,000 they have to call it in for fraud, and the client denied it. And after that, I said, uh, after that, I stopped accepting client credit cards. I would just use the office credit card because for doing this, because the clients might not be on top of it. But then I had several cases where the lockbox wouldn't type in the numbers right, and they said the credit card wasn't valid or something like that, and the case was returned. It's not to give up on it. I said I can't mess around with this because especially if there's deadlines or something, we're completely out of luck, and it could really cause someone to be out of status. So I
the
just
check
sent
might
checks.
not work too. It's not
That's
100%
true. I've had
that the
checks
check
too.
will work, or
So
money order or something.
yeah. So it's a minefield and we never know. That's why one thing is when we have deadlines, I always try to submit the case with at least 30 days before the deadline. So if it does come back, we have maybe extra week to refile it or an extra couple of days to get it back in because they mess up on that too.